Crash spins into battle, or maybe not. We break down this potential Crash leak on the Smash Bros. Website.
Block content.
What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Block Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Well, a thing has happened that I'm very excited for. I'm very excited to break all this down because, of course, the past couple of days have been kind of rough for the fighting game community and the Smash community as a whole. I mean, we're all reeling from the fact that a lot of things happened that I won't really go into this video. I've been, getting a lot of positive feedback from the intro of our previous video, so I might have to talk about it at some point. But right now, I just want to share the fun. I just want to share all the good stuff that is happening in that community. And that's, of course, the sphere of speculation, talking about the new characters in the game, and of course, what Sakurai is cooking up there with the Smash Bros. Ultimate crew back there in Japan. So I'm very excited about this news of today because even if it's real, even if it's fake, there's a lot to digest here. There's a lot to talk about and a very positive spin, no pun intended, on the news that's coming out the past couple of weeks. Yes, we have a Crash Bandicoot leak to break down and something very fun, something like we don't see every day. A very well made image appeared online. A lot of you guys have sent it my way, so I really wanted to take the time and basically break it down fully. So let's do that together. I'm very excited for today's episode, and of course, I'm very excited to talk about all of that with you guys, like answering a lot of you guys' questions about Smash Bros. Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube videos? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win one of these 4 Super Mario surprise capsules from Tomy. There's a little character inside there, super cute, and we're giving away 4 of them. You'll find out who's inside when you win them, so please hit subscribe button right now. Please hit that like button. Yes, please press the thumbs up and enter for that giveaway. All right, guys, let's head into the main topic of today. And that's, of course, this image. Yes, it talks about Crash Bandicoot actually coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, off the top, I just want to say there's no way that this is, of course, completely confirmed to be fake, completely confirmed to be real. As of this moment, the person that has made this, if this is fake, hasn't come forward yet to say anything about this. Of course, that could change in the coming days, or of course, by the time that this video is uploaded. But I do think that it's very awesome. I think that it's very well made, and I think that it kind of reflects the Crash Bandicoot design that they're now using for Crash 4. It's About Time, but also kind of a meshed together version of all the Crash designs that we've had before. Of course, a lot of people were kind of wondering if Crash is coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in what form will he be, right? Because over the years, there have been a couple, and right now, we're in sort of the Crash Renaissance, right? Which is really, really cool because it's taken a long time for Crash to take back that spotlight, and it does seem now with a brand new game that he's in a better place than he's ever been. And of course, Smash Brothers doesn't really care either way. I mean, it takes characters out of big obscurity like King K. Rool and Banjo and Kazooie, but it also takes characters that already have a big spotlight on them, like Joker with the very, very, well celebrated Persona 5, and characters that might have been losing a little bit of their spotlight like Min Min or Terry. So I think that it's really awesome that Crash Bandicoot will get its chance to shine. I do believe that Crash has a place in that Fighter's Pass. I don't know which spot it will be. I think it would make sense for Nintendo to add a third-party character really soon. I mean, Byleth was a little bit of a shakeup to the status quo, and then getting Min Min makes everyone basically say, wait, are we just getting first-party characters now? Of course, Nintendo has not gone out and said anything of the sort yet. If anything, Sakurai has been kind of coy about it and even saying, well, we're at least doing 5 more fighters, which I think is crazy that he said at least 5 more, right? It does kind of feel like there might be more on the horizon. So the idea of Crash coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate isn't a new one. We've discussed it for a very long time, but seeing this leak over here does make me realize how insanely cool that character would fit, right? I mean, we've got a lot of anime design inspired characters, a lot of Eastern developed characters, and I think that it would make a lot of sense for another mascot character to be in there. I mean, if you compare the likes of Joker, Hero, then Banjo, Terry, and Min Min to a character like Crash and Banjo, yeah, those are very different design philosophies and very different types of characters. I wouldn't want the rest of the past to be all humanoid characters. I really would love to see a lot of shakeup between the different character designs and of course where the characters hail from, because Crash being a Western designed character, I don't think, yeah, Smash Brothers needs to be full of Western characters. I do like, that there have been a little bit more now, and that's pretty crazy to see in a Japanese developed game. I mean, the partnership that Sakurai is doing with all these different companies, even musicians that don't even speak his language, I think is very telling for the way that they want to do this collaboration and how big it's getting. But Crash Bandicoot is a very special case because, of course, very openly, it was basically to counter Mario, right? Plumber Boy with all those marketing campaigns kind of slamming Super Mario. I think it was very fun the way that they did that, and they could easily come back from that. They could easily make a fun joke out of that for the reveal trailer for Crash Bandicoot and Smash Brothers, because they've been using that very same strategy to promote Crash Bandicoot 4, and even before that, the Crash trilogy. Yes, down at the Video Game Awards, they always did these kind of like little teases with the Crash costume, with the mascot costume, and now for Crash 4 with Jeff Keighley and the Summer Games Fest, they actually did the exact same thing, with Crash actually being in front of Jeff Keighley's house. And so I think that they have to do something like that, very similar to what they did over there, and maybe it could even counter in to that Super Smash Bros. So Happy Together kind of, the opening, the commercial for Super Smash Bros. 64 that a lot of people really fondly remember. I mean, if you basically pair that together with Crash Bandicoot, we have gold in our hands. So I do believe that this is a really fun new thing. Even seeing Aku Aku in that art, yeah, I don't really believe that the art is something brand new. If it is, then it's really well done. Maybe it's a lot of assets kind of smushed together. It does really feel like this is more of an artwork and not necessarily a model. Like, especially if you compare the lighting of different characters, like Smash Brothers Ultimate likes to do the rim lighting with, a very harsh like white backlight to the characters, and Crash doesn't really seem to have any of that. And of course, Aku Aku in this image really feels like he's just drawn. He's not a 3D model or anything, and the same could kind of be said for Crash. So at this moment, no, I don't really believe this particular image, although I do actually think that the character is coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I think there's a lot of precedent for the character. I think a lot of people really want that character, and the character would fit incredibly well with the rest of the roster in terms of like the lightheartedness of the character and also moveset potential. I mean, Crash Bandicoot really has all those different moves that a Mario 64 kind of moveset would have, right? A lot of different jumps, a lot of different attacks, and you can map those to all those kind of different special move buttons, and basically aerials and stuff like that are already kind of up in the air. So I really would like to see Crash, and this league really made me very excited for his return to the big limelight that, Crash Bandicoot is really exercising right now. I totally love the fact that we're getting a brand new game that is set to just be a direct sequel to 3. So everything that happened after that, didn't really happen. It's probably diving into like dimensions or timelines and stuff like that. And maybe in one of those timelines, Crash actually gets that invitation to Super Smash Bros. So, of course, I'd love to hear what you guys think of all this crazy Crash news. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, do you think Crash Bandicoot is actually coming in Fighters Pass number 2? And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from our user, Terry Silverton. Anyone who claims they know insider Nintendo info should really not be believed anymore, because they could just be lying about having inside info, and they most likely just got lucky by guessing. And also, Nintendo would shut down leakers if they reveal any info that's true. But because Nintendo hasn't shut him down yet, it shows that Nintendo isn't really concerned about the leaker yet. And I believe that DLC 7 will be one of two possibilities. One being Geno, due to the Japanese Star Festival happening soon, and because of his game being Legend of the Seven Stars. The other character could be Shantae, because of her new game Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Either way, both of those fighters will be two characters I really want as fighters in Smash Bros. Ultimate. So Terry, thank you so much for your great comment. I think there's a lot of cool stuff in here. The idea of a Japanese Star Festival and that combining with Geno on the 7-7. I mean, there's so much going on right now that just seems to make sense in the world of Smash Bros. And characters coming to the game. So I'm really curious to find out if that's actually true, if there's something that will actually coincide and come together to say, yeah, Sakurai will just announce like You guys were right on the money. This is actually the real theory that we're doing. Yes, the character is coming. We're doing that on the Star Festival. And yes, there was a reason that was the 7th of the 7th. I would totally love that. So thank you guys so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to read through. And of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. The super chats you guys sent during our live streams, you guys make block content possible. So if you want to have yourself created in blocked content style, join me for a Skype chat, or even have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and they're waiting just for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!